Got started with defensive line coach Larry Knight. Questions for Coach Knight?
Coach, you got 1 week behind you now. What's your analysis of what you saw from your guys?
It's a much better start than training camp, much better start than last spring. We were much further ahead of the curve than we were at the same time those two previous camps in spring ball. So I'm happy about that.
Big Mike made some plays on Sunday out there. How have you kind of seen his progression in terms of his play and kind of picking up the defensive line as a guy that's so new to football?
Yeah, people tend to forget that he only played a year of football. So he learns fast. Everything is important to him, and he wants to get better every day. So that's exactly what he's doing. Just continue to stay on him and push him. And, I'm pretty sure we'll get good results out of that.
With Akilo, kind of what's the learning curve for a guy like that that's coming in mid-year?
He learns well. He learns fast. It's all, it's still new to him too. He's supposed to be at somebody's prom right now, when he's here working. So I'm very happy with him. He's doing a really good job.
The other day, David Curry said there's something cooking in him. What are some things that have really impressed you so far?
Just the ability to retain information. Last year the entire defense was new to him. Techniques were new to him. And so now it's a year in it. They worked those same techniques already. They've ran this defense for a year, so now it's like they're picking up things a lot faster than they were last year. So that's a huge positive for us right now.
With guys who are physically limited, kind of how do you approach that? Because it's such a physical position in terms of just making sure they get the mental work and the things that you want to accomplish that you can with them during the spring.
I don't view them as physically limited. I think our size is to our advantage because at the same time we quick and we got a bunch of guys that are strong too. So you got to be quick and strong, not necessarily tall. So I think we'll be just fine.
No, I just meant like guys who can't practice right now.
You talking
the
about
guys recovering.
Okay, I got
that
you.
kind of thing.
Well, we've gotten a couple of them back, and the guys here is just more reps for them. The more reps you get, the better you're gonna get anyway if you're executing it in the correct manner. So I think we'll be just fine with that, and we'll catapult even to a higher level once those other guys get back.
I was talking to Jahaziel just now, and he was very open and honest about how tough his recovery process was and how he was having to kind of take a step back and be look, this is what I need to do to get better. I've got to do it. And you kind of look back on the year that he's had, or I guess probably the 8 months that he's had. What impressed you the most about the way that he kind of went into that rehab and now that he's back?
Yeah, at the end of the day, I'd rather say woe than sicken, and that's the type of person that he is. Like, you have to slow him down, because he'll just go and go and go and go and go. And that's the good thing about him. He approaches everything with a positive attitude. He attacks everything that's in front of him. So that's exactly what he's been doing. And he's looking better and better and better every week. So that's good to see. We just got to keep getting him stronger.
David Curry, when we talked to him yesterday, he said he was excited about what he saw in the front four. And he said, that'll make me a better player. Do you share that same excitement and what the progress you're making?
Absolutely. The guys are getting better every day. It's important to them. The grind, and then the best part about it is they're holding each other accountable. There's a lot of times where they're correcting things before I can even get to it. So that means we're taking strides in the right direction when I can be a quiet coach. Because those guys are already on each other about the mistakes that are being made. I think that's a huge piece for the culture in the room.
With guys like TK and Brooks that played a lot last year, kind of, do you look at them to be more leaders in terms of just helping these younger guys out there?
Absolutely.
And what have you kind of seen from them in terms of that leadership piece?
They've taken it around with it. Everybody's different, but they know the message, they know the expectations, and they know that the expectations have been raised. So they're taking that and implementing that into the room, knowing what the expectations are, knowing that it's at a higher level than it has been. They take that serious. And then, I keep reminding the seniors, as a senior, you're going to play your best football or your worst football. So it's your choice on which one it's going to be. And then you bring the rest of the group along with you, So I think that those guys are taking that very serious, and the approach has been spot on with what we want.
When you have the one-on-ones with the offensive line, how much can you learn from those drills?
A lot, especially going against Brent. We always shoot almost after every practice. We talk about things that we saw, improvements that can be made, what he saw, what I saw, who's practicing well based off of what we see from our perspective on our side, so that's really good for us.
Here's Daquan. He doesn't obviously necessarily fit the height weight prototype of what you're looking for, but he seems like he's finding his way. I'm curious just what you see in him and what you can see in him, over the course of his career.
People don't understand when you're that size, you're a lot harder to block. For, you have built-in leverage is what I called it. So you can automatically have the ability to get under people. Then on top of that, he's a strong dude. So he's learning finally how to use that, to his advantage. So I'm excited about what he's gonna be able to do.
When you guys get Antwon back, do you think he'll be be inside or outside guy?
I'm not sure. He knows the whole front, so
yeah.
I mean that's an advantage for him, and that's an advantage for us too. So, and then he's been attacking his rehab too, so that's been cool to see. He's, he was down early on, and now his attitude is really, really good. Because that's hard. I've been through multiple knee surgeries myself, and for him to go through one like that, especially how good he was playing, that's tough on somebody. That was playing as good as he is. So. His mentor is doing a lot better, and he's attacking the rehab, and we're very excited about him, and he's excited too.
One or two more for Coach Knight.
Curious, just the weight gains that you guys have made. Can you kind of, what is it like? How much roughly has it been, and also just how have you seen that impacting their play and what they can do?
I'd be lying to you if I said I remember the numbers. I had a chart with them in front of me, but that was a big deal for us, right? Because you taking on 600 pounds sometimes when you get double teamed. So the ability to put on the right type of weight, it's been huge for us, and not just, pounding candy bars and whatever else in between and gaining fat weight. They actually gain like real weight and weight. And you can clearly see the difference. We didn't look like this last spring, and it was the same guys. So I think that's going to help us a lot.
You talk about raising expectations for this group. What does that look like in terms of maybe like having a checklist and being like, these are the top 3 things? That we know
it ain't a checklist. It's the best defensive line in the Coastal. Period. It's that simple. Those are the expectations. Those will always be the expectations. Last year we had growing pains. We had to get through some things. With just trying to implement everything. So obviously that's the tough part. But I would never settle for anything less than the best. And they know that. And that's what we're gonna be. That's my goal for myself. That's my goal for the group as well. Is nothing. If it's not the best, it's not good enough.
Okay. Thank you, Coach.